Hello there, my fellow zombie slayers. What's up? It's Robbie here with Open World Games, and welcome back to the lands of State of Decay 2. I've got brand new gameplay for you guys today, as well as all new details. I'm diving into some really cool stuff related to the bases that you may not know, related to becoming a leader and some of the really cool abilities you unlock once you hit that leadership role. I'm going to show that off to you guys. And then also, I'm going to show you some of the decision making you can make for one of your survivors that gets infected. Let's pretend you don't have the cure, and we actually don't in this case. Well, we're going to execute one of our survivors later on, and I'm going to do a proper kind of walkthrough here, showing you what it's like clearing out this house and what can go wrong, and then also what it's like playing as, a single-player game in State of Decay 2. So, let's talk first about, the leadership roles. Of course, some of you may know that as you play the game, you're going to be ranking up your survivors from civilian, and then next up you can go to hero, and then finally you'll be able to choose one of your survivors as a leader. Now, what we're seeing here is, of course, the base and some of the options you have with building, but we will get to the leader projects here, and basically if you choose the leadership role as a trader, you will be able to build a trade depot. Now, of course, it's going to summon traders and give you free influence, so that's going to be really neat to see what type of trading options are opened up for us, of course. And it's going to cost us, jugs of ethanol and then 10 building materials. And we do require 4 laborers, so it's kind of intensive in terms of the requirements with the amount of survivors you have at your base. Moving on, though, I think this one's going to be super important. So you can opt in as a sheriff role, as a leader, and you can then build a field hospital. Now, this heals all injuries and sicknesses, which is super important during the zombie apocalypse. As you know, there's those blood plague zombies roaming around, and you can become infected. Having this at your base is going to be critical. It enables passive recovery of health and removal of trauma, injuries, and infection, and it treats the blood plague. You can also craft blood plague cures and many other medical items at this leadership facility, I guess you could call it. And then moving on, we have your leader role, which is going to be the builder. Now, if you opt into the builder leader role, you can unlock this one, which is going to be building a sniper tower. And then you have a new radio unlock, which is sniper cover, which is great if you are coming back from an expedition and you're being attacked. You can order in sniper cover right now. Now, it requires ammo and at least 1 armed survivor to function or 2 for full effect. They recommend having 2 on the tower, apparently. So you got to remember that one when building it. You have to be really mindful of what is required when building these facilities. And then finally, we have the option of building an armory. Now, you can opt in to be a warlord leader, and this is going to allow you to craft ammunition and military explosives, including any ammo type and top-tier explodables. But it's going to require 4 laborers and other materials as well. Honestly, the blood plague is going to be a big one in this game, and I think you're going to have to consider that big time. I think you and your survivors will be infected often, so the more and more I think about it, I may go with sheriff. So that is something that I'm thinking over. Sheriff, warlord, or trader. It's a tough decision. Man, it is crazy. As long, if the traders offer, blood plague cures or something like that, then that makes a lot of sense to go with traders, but we will see what the traders offer. Let's get into the proper gameplay, guys. The juicy stuff. We're going after this plague heart here, which is hidden inside of this residential home. It looks like an innocent house. Maybe a family lived here. Nothing much going on. But we're going to bust through this door. Not quietly at all. And it's like silent down here on the lower level. We've got red mist everywhere, which means trouble. we've got Blood Plague zombies. There's the Blood Plague heart. So we're going to start taking it down. You can see how difficult this will be playing in single player. Even though we do have a survivor with us, it is going to be a little bit more challenging for sure. Remember, difficulty scaling is based off of how much you progress with your base. So the further you progress with your base, it's going to become more difficult. And the idea behind that, and this is a really cool gameplay mechanic, is to kind of encourage you to go into the co-op universe and to meet new friends and play with others. Of course, you can play the whole thing in single player, so you don't really have to worry too much. I had a freaking blast playing in single player, and then I am going to showcase, by the way, some co-op gameplay. And I should mention to you that we did just open up a Discord for this game and many other open world games. I definitely want to play with you guys. Oh man, this zombie has lost an arm and he is down. So join that Discord by following the link in the description below. Throwing that Molotov cocktail went all sorts of wrong. Yeah, but would love to be able to have you guys in the Discord and hang out. Talk about all the latest news about open world games, and especially State of Decay 2. And also plan some games around this as well when it comes time. Remember, May 22nd, May 18th for those of us. Whoa, we got on fire. Holy crap, we are also on fire. So you got to stop, drop, and roll. Literally, that is a gameplay feature. If you catch fire, you have to stop, drop, and roll. So this shotgun is kind of slow going, but we did it. The Plague Heart has been destroyed. But there has been quite the cost to this mission. We're on fire again for some reason. There has been quite the cost to this mission. Our fellow... He's also... Gravy's on fire as well. Our fellow survivor here has caught fire and has become infected. Now, here are our options. We can exile him, euthanize him, or administer cure. We can't administer the cure. We're going to fast track this and pretend we just don't have the cure. He's infected. I was looking at the Undead Labs team at PAX East. I was playing at PAX East in Boston. I met those guys. It was awesome. And I did this. They were in absolute shock that I decided to execute poor Gravy. No. It was pretty terrible. And I could not believe their faces. It was quite priceless funny. So that's one of the options. You don't want to do this, of course. You want to try to save your survivors because, remember, you're upgrading everyone. You could switch characters as you go. So it's not the ideal thing to do at all. So your options are to basically go out and hunt for a Blood Plague cure, or go into a friend's co-op game and they can help you administer the cure. Of course, you're going to want to be playing as Gravy when you enter their co-op world, and then be like, hey, sure, I will help you out. Or maybe they won't help you out because they want the cure for themselves. So that's kind of the dynamic you have in State of Decay 2, which is really, really cool. But yeah. That was pretty hardcore. That was pretty terrible. Can you imagine, you know, if, like, The Walking Dead's Carl was in this game, how terrible of a choice that would be? You'd be like, Carl, no, man. But, yeah, there's some gameplay for you guys, some brand new stuff. Now, I do plan to release co-op gameplay very soon. It's going to be awesome. Had the chance to play with my twin bro Ryan at PAX East. It was a total blast. Talk about a dream come true. Meet the Undead Labs crew. I want to meet all of them, but I got to meet some of them, which was really awesome. Great guys over there. But yeah, this is what happens when you lose a survivor and you're alone and you've got zombies on your tail. You're pretty much screwed. So we got to get out of dodge here. And there's even a screamer here calling for everyone. Now the screen is going darker and darker because my health is so low. Look at this juggernaut attacking. By the way, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the music in this game is freaking awesome. Seriously, the music is so high quality. I was totally pumped just by the music. I was like, man, this... You guys nailed it. I looked over them. I said, the music is freaking awesome. But yeah, it's also turning to nighttime. Remember, nighttime is really rough in this game. You want to be especially careful at night. Don't get caught out in the open during the nighttime. It is wise to have a survivor with you and even play co-op in that type of situation. Or just go back to your base and, of course, recover. But you know what? Let me go ahead and show you I think I could show you the base here. Yeah, here's one of the bases I actually got to check out here. This was at the beginning of my, I think this was my third playthrough here. Let me zoom. Here we go. So now I'm going to go down. So it started out on the rooftop of this base. This is actually where we recruited Gravy. Of course, he's just sitting out here, and I'm like, dude, do you want to join me? I promise everything will be okay. But it didn't turn out right. But yeah, this is a really cool base. I think it's actually located in an urgent care area. It feels like such a risk just taking a survivor out, you know, with you. I'm always paranoid about that, and I was in the first State of Decay. I'm like, man, do I even want to risk taking someone with me? Because I may screw up, and I may get them killed. But you could see some of the slots you could build in here. This is really cool. I think we decided to build a farming area for food production. You can build more beds, of course, barracks, all sorts of stuff. I'll do a proper video about the bases and how they work. I know that's been somewhat covered elsewhere, but I definitely want to show you guys what I have found out. So there's a lot of really cool options here. It's very detailed and extremely extensive, and I'm curious to see if you'll be able to keep your base as you explore from map to map. Remember, there is going to be 3 maps in this game, so it is going to be a very large game. And then you have your leadership roles. And then we're like, you know what? Let's hop into the car and head on out on our jolly journey. Can you believe? I bet Gravy didn't wake up thinking that this would go down this way. You never know how the zombie apocalypse is going to work. It's pretty terrifying. Now, we do have multiple missions we can undertake in the open world, of course. We don't have to just clear infestations. There's all sorts of stuff that can happen. You can run into other factions, which, by the way, yes, I have a very cool faction video I'm going to show you soon. So, look forward to that as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more State of Decay 2. And, let me know, would you exile or euthanize poor Gravy here if you had the choice? If those were your only 2 options, what would you do? Would you risk exiling him? Or would you protect everyone around you and execute him and say, you know what, we cannot have someone turning on the rest of the community? It's a tough decision, man. It's a tough decision in the world of zombies. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. And I will see you guys soon enough in the zombie apocalypse.